Oliver. Oliver is a almost 15-3 hand, 18-year-old paint quarter horse cross, so pretty much just very quarter horse. He has 1 sock, 4 stockings, all which have ermine spots, which is really fun. You don't see that on every horse. And then he also has what they call on a Coggins test a faint snip, and he also has a nice big star. So I've had Oliver for 2 years now. He was my big Christmas present 2 years ago, which it's just a couple days past Christmas now, so I've been reliving all that excitement. But he is super fun. I think I've learned the most on any horse I've ridden on him. He's taught me so much about just like all the fundamentals of riding and how that all changes things. And also he is just like always getting stronger, and being 18 years old, like I think that's awesome, and he's still having so much fun with his job, which I think is so important. One of the biggest things that makes our relationship really great is just that we have fun together, and I know he wants to have fun and I want to have fun too. So it's really great to be able to do fun things with him. So I just finished a show season doing 2-foot equitation on him. He was amazing. I just really hadn't been able to ride horses I could show in the past that often. So this was my first really full show season I'd done, and I learned so much about confidence before going in, you know, how you can handle stress, all of that. We did really great. I think we were maybe 9th, something like that, in the division, and we only went to like 6 shows.
King of Long. Oh, and can you explain how he helped us
yes.
come up with the name for Longstocking Farm?
So there's kind of like 2 parts to the name to our farm. First of all, I loved Pippi Longstocking growing up. It was like one of my favorite books, but the other reason is because Oliver is king here at the farm. He is the boss. He's a very good ruler, but he has long stockings. So that was part of why we chose that name.
Yes, and honestly, we never would have moved here if it weren't for Oliver, because once we had 2 horses, and you'll meet Parson in a minute, who's was the horse we've had the longest, it seemed to suddenly make sense to move out to the farm.
Yeah. So that is Oliver.
My name is Mimi. I am Sophie and Sawyer's mom, and I get to introduce you to Parson. Parson is the horse who we've had the longest. We've had him a little more than 4 years. He is a Belgian quarter horse cross. You could probably tell the Belgian by his coloring. I think most people just say he is chestnut, but some people, especially more quarter horse types, would refer to him as red dun. In the summer when he's all shed out, he has these cool different stripes and a big wide stripe, a dorsal stripe down his back, which is pretty neat. But Parson just turned 10. We don't know exactly when. We just know his birthday's around Christmas because his full name when we got him was Parson Brown because of his holiday birthday, but we weren't told exactly when that was, right? But when we start taking him to shows, which I really want to start doing this year, his show name will probably be Parsons Field because that's a band we really like. And all the horses we've had recently have had music-related show names. So Sophie forgot to mention Oliver's show name is Rock My Socks, and that's the name he came with. And we love it because of his fancy legs. So you can see Parson is a bit of a chunky monkey. He loves food and seems to burn calories at a pretty low rate of speed. He has socks on most of his legs except that far hind leg there, and he has a very nice tail and a little star that I think looks kind of like a yin-yang symbol with his little whirl there. So he is a lot of fun. He goes from lazy to kind of speedy and worried, so that's something we've been working on since we got him, but he's doing really well. What else? He has great big feet, as you can see, and you might notice he has a little extra bump here. Poor Parson, probably about 9 months ago, bumped his face on something when he was in turnout, and the vet thinks he fractured his projecting one of his cheekbones there. But we're gonna have the vet come back and do some x-rays too, because we're thinking it's bothering his sinuses a bit. But it doesn't seem to bother him too much, but just something we want to get checked out before we start doing more showing and training this winter and spring. But we love Parson. He's the one who I think if a horse could come live in the house with us, he would want it to be him. He watches us all the time in the house from the paddock and seems to be very engaged with what's going on in our lives, which is a lot of fun. So that's Parson. So now I am here with Denver, also known as Denny, who is a 7-year-old off-the-track thoroughbred. He is 16'3", so he is a tall boy. He has a pretty star down to a stripe or narrow blaze. But Denver is the newest member of our equine family. He came here this July from Connecticut. He has been off the track, I think, since he was 2 or 3. He was born and bred in West Virginia, and then spent a bunch of years once he was off the track here in Virginia, elsewhere in Virginia, then ended up going to Connecticut for a year, which is where I'm from, and through some connections, he came back down here. So we are seeing if he could work out as a fun show horse for Sophie and me. As you can see, back up, he's the mouthiest horse I've ever dealt with. He like does tug of war like a golden retriever puppy. And you can see this on his halter. It's the thin line halter busybody. It probably looks to you like it is not working at all or making any difference, but it actually is helpful, if you can believe it. He used it yesterday for the farrier and was great, and it helps him a lot when we're grooming him. And this is a novel situation, which brings out his maximum mouthiness. So Denver does not have any white on his legs at all. He has really beautiful conformation, in my opinion. He's so fun to ride. He is distracted. He does have a lot of energy, and that's all to be expected given his background and breeding. So he's a big project, and he's here just on an extended free lease situation. So we are seeing if he works out for us. He is a great friend to Mighty Mouse, who you will meet soon if you haven't met him yet. But yeah, he's a fun guy and a lot of horse. This one, he is 16.3, but he's in good weight now, and we're excited to see what we can do with him this spring and summer. So that is handsome, mischievous Denver.
Yay!
Cutie.
I'm Sawyer. I'm 9 years old. This is my pony, Mighty. He's a pony of the Americas. I got him for my 8th birthday, and he's around 13 hands. We don't really know. And he is at least 18 years old. And so he's a Bayro Appaloosa.
What's his show name?
His show name's Mighty Mouse. We're still working on a lot of basics with him, and he's definitely gotten a lot better.
So what are you guys working on in the ring right now? What do you do when you ride?
Recently we started jumping, and we realized that he loves to canter after trot jumps. So we're working on that, and we're working on steering at the trot and trotting and steering at the walk.
Thank you so much for watching our Meet the Horses video. I hope you stay tuned for more new content coming soon. Have a great rest of your day. Bye!